Hello, I'm John and welcome to the beauty of Wiltshire, and today we're going to focus on the village of Tisbury, which is located south in the county, not far from the historic capital of Wiltshire, which is Salisbury. And we're going to look at, apart from the introduction which you've just heard, we're going to look at its history to a certain extent, rather its ancient history, what hidden treasures surround the village, and a little bit more about its community life, the historic church, and finishing off with the village pub. That's where everybody usually ends up. That's the hub. This is the penultimate edition of the series, apart from the introduction, which focused, which I filmed in January 2022, which has so far featured, I've got the list here, the villages of Stourton, Wootton Rivers, Grittleton, Dinton, then there was Broad Chalk, Laycock, Shurston, Ramsbury, and now we've got Tisbury, the second largest of the villages that I'm going to feature. They're all here on this map. I'm not sure if you can see them from there. Maybe I'll do a close-up for you. There we go, just move the phone a little bit so you can see them. As I mentioned, this is the penultimate edition then. So sit back, relax, I'll join you towards the end of the video and enjoy what you've seen. So what's the appeal of Tisbury? Well, it's seductive with an appealing mix of ancient stone properties and Victorian red brick houses, a growing number of commuters both to London and Exeter, and a thriving high street with a great range of shops. It's one of three main villages in the area, the others being Hindon and Fonthill Bishop, which are less than 10 minutes drive away. There's a cool edge to this part of the county, a bit eco and a bit off-grid. Set in picture-perfect parkland on the nearby Fonthill estate, you'll find the Beckford Arms, which is well worth a stop. Other great country pubs include the Grosvenor Arms and the Lamb at Hindon, plus Pithhouse Kitchen Garden, which is an enchanting 18th century walled garden restaurant, bar and events venue. In Tisbury, call in at Genius Coffee for some home-roasted coffee and cake. Let's now take a look at how it all started and why Tisbury has got so much appeal for residents and visitors. A stone circle once stood in one of three adjacent fields, one which was known as Lost Stone Field. These fields have been joined to form the present cemetery field. The last three remaining standing stones, removed in the latter part of the 18th century, now form part of the grotto at Old Wardour. Old Wardour's colourful history has left it a memorable combination of medieval castles, Elizabethan mansion, Civil War battleground, and 18th century landscape garden. The remarkable hexagonal castle was built in the 1390s for John, Lord Lovell, a wealthy courtier and soldier. In the 1570s, an Elizabethan administrator, Sir Matthew Arundel, added up-to-date Renaissance features. Then, in the Civil War siege of 1644, Henry Lord Arundel blew up one side of his own castle while recapturing it for the Parliamentary Army. In the 1760s and 1770s, the 8th Lord Arundel built a country house, New Wardour Castle, nearby, and turned Old Wardour into a picturesque park of ruins, lake and woodland. The historic parish covered a large area. From at least the 15th century until the early 19th century, the parish was split into 4 tithings of Tisbury, Staple, Tixgrove and Hatch. In 1835 it was divided into 3 parishes, East Tisbury, West Tisbury and Wardour. In 1927, East Tisbury and Wardour were reunited as Tisbury Civil Parish. An electoral ward of the same name exists, covering Tisbury and Donhead St Mary. The civil parish elects a parish council. It is in the area of Wiltshire Council Unitary Authority, which is responsible for all significant local government functions. St John's Church is the parish church. It is almost certain that as far back as Saxon times there was a church in Tisbury, and there was an abbey here from the 17th century until the Danes destroyed it in the 9th century. It's more than likely that the church we know today was built on the site of the Saxon one. Even before that, the ancient yew tree in the churchyard was probably used as a gathering place for local people. Zion Hill, a congregational chapel, was opened in 1842 and went out of use sometime after 1977. It is now residential accommodation and is Grade 2 listed. St Andrew's Church at Newtown, now in West Tisbury, was built in 1811 using Chilmark stone, salvaged from a former church in the grounds of the pit house. It was a chapel of ease of Tisbury until it was declared redundant in 1975 and is now in residential use. The Roman Catholic Church of the Sacred Heart was built on the Lower High Street in 1898 with support from the Arundels of Wardour. The Arundels had a large private chapel at New Wardour Castle, built integral to the mansion in the 1770s and enlarged in 1789. Now Grade 1 listed, it is owned by the Wardour Chapel Trust. A national school was built on church land immediately west of St John's Church in 1843, replacing earlier informal schools. A separate infant school was built in 1873, and in 1905 the school for older children could accommodate 290. Children of all ages were educated until 1961, when Dunworth Secondary Modern School was built at Weaveland Road for those over 11. The 19th century school remained in use until the opening in 1973 of a new primary school next to the secondary school, and the redundant building became the village hall. There you have it. I hope you enjoyed all of that. Don't forget to do all the YouTube stuff, such as like or dislike, comment particularly if you're a frequent visitor to the village, or indeed if you live there. Don't forget also to support my channel. Every little does help, and this project, I mean my whole YouTube project, just goes slowly forward but surely. I'm sure one day we'll reach that magic figure of 1,000 subscribers. All of my videos are featured still, they're still available, and next month, or I hope probably in the next month, we'll feature the last of the villages, which is here. It's the village of Purton, quite close to Swindon, with a population approaching around about 4,000. That'll be the final village that we feature in this series. So thank you very much for sticking to the end, and I'll see you in another video about Wiltshire and in general on this channel, which features other themes such as towns, cities, English language programs, and some from time to time a vlog. So there you have it. Thanks again, and see you soon. Bye for now.